ago, the U.S. military carried out massive precision strikes on the three key nuclear facilities in the Iranian regime: Fordow, Natanz, and Esfahan. Everybody heard those names for years as they built this horribly destructive enterprise. Our objective was the destruction of Iran's nuclear enrichment capacity and a stop to the nuclear threat posed by the world's #1 state sponsor of terror. Tonight, I can report to the world that the strikes were a spectacular military success. Iran's key nuclear enrichment facilities have been completely and totally obliterated. Iran, the bully of the Middle East, must now make peace. If they do not, future attacks will be far greater and a lot easier. For 40 years, Iran has been saying death to America, death to Israel. They have been killing our people, blowing off their arms, blowing off their legs with roadside bombs. That was their specialty. We lost over 1,000 people, and hundreds of thousands throughout the Middle East and around the world have died as a direct result of their hate. In particular, so many were killed by their general, Qasem Soleimani. I decided a long time ago that I would not let this happen. It will not continue. I want to thank and congratulate Prime Minister Bibi Netanyahu. We worked as a team like perhaps no team has ever worked before. And we've gone a long way to erasing this horrible threat to Israel. I want to thank the Israeli military for the wonderful job they've done. And most importantly, I want to congratulate the great American patriots who flew those magnificent machines tonight, and all of the United States military on an operation the likes of which the world has not seen in many, many decades. Hopefully, we will no longer need their services in this capacity. I hope that's so. I also want to congratulate the chairman of the Joint Chiefs of Staff, General Dan Raisin-Kane, spectacular general, and all of the brilliant military minds involved in this attack. With all of that being said, this cannot continue. There will be either peace or there will be tragedy for Iran far greater than we have witnessed over the last 8 days. Remember, there are many targets left. Tonight's was the most difficult of them all, by far, and perhaps the most lethal. But if peace does not come quickly, we will go after those other targets with precision, speed, and skill. Most of them can be taken out in a matter of minutes. There's no military in the world that could have done what we did tonight, not even close. There has never been a military that could do what took place just a little while ago. Tomorrow, General Kane, Secretary of Defense, Pete Hegseth will have a press conference at 8 a.m. at the Pentagon. And I want to just thank everybody, and in particular, God. I want to just say we love you, God, and we love our great military. Protect them. God bless the Middle East. God bless Israel, and God bless America. Thank you very much.
Okay, now, welcome to this channel. Today, we are going to talk about the decision that Donald Trump made to make strikes on Iranian nuclear sites, which took place recently, today, to be specific. A lot of you have seen videos of this. A lot of you haven't. I'm going to talk about the repercussions of this and how this escalated to reach the point at which he had to make this decision. This comes after the Prime Minister of Israel, Bibi Netanyahu, has been saying that Iran has been developing nuclear weapons for over 20 years. This has not been proven because the Director of National Intelligence of the US, Tulsi Gabbard, recently came out and said this. They are not continuing on with their nuclear program, so I don't know how they can reconcile that with saying that the nuclear program is still ongoing. But the nuclear enrichment has really been there in Iran on these on these different nuclear sites, which was struck by American B-2 bombers. They used the bunker buster bombs on 3 different nuclear sites, which carried 6 in total, two bombs for each site, because the one bomb wouldn't be enough. Now, these bombs, they say they've done the damage, but we remain to see what amount of damage they did to these nuclear sites. Now, the most worry that the president of the US has is his coalition. He recently spoke to Steve Bannon, who is a prominent voice in his MAGA movement, and I'm sure they spoke about this decision to make these strikes. So I don't know how it will go with his base, because they are isolationists who don't want American intervention in these wars. A lot of people on the left also don't support this decision, but it's different for them. They don't support anything the president does, because TDS, everybody knows, they had Trump derangement syndrome. So for them, we won't be concerned much about them. They don't support anything he does. But when it comes to his supporters, different voices in his movement have really opposed all this, the strikes on Iran, thinking that they could lead to a war, and they don't want another Iraq. So he made this decision knowing it could be the most consequential decision of his presidency. But we remain to see how it will all play out. So the Iranian decision after this will be very consequential. We all pray it doesn't escalate, because with all the conflicts around the world, Russia, Ukraine, Israel, Palestine, and Israel, Iran, all these addition of more conflicts could really seriously lead to an escalation leading to World War III, which we all wouldn't want. Nobody wants that. So this decision was made knowing that it could all have a really negative effect. If you know of the butterfly effect, this could really lead to really a really horrible outcome for the next period of time. But we shall watch and see how it all plays out.